we pulled out the bush in the front yard, and there was nothing there. But right away, next day, we start seeing weeds coming out, right? Weeds coming out. And when it was little, and I tested it, I should have done it then. I should have pulled out the weeds then. Because, when it was coming out, I go, what's that? Right? And I pulled it out, it was so easy. And we were just trying everything, the root, everything just came out. I just threw it away. But instead of pulling all the other small weeds, I go, I'll do it tomorrow. Right? And tomorrow became 1 month. And 1 month became 2 months. And then you saw big weeds like this. Right? And I couldn't take it anymore. So one Saturday, I decided to take it out. You know how hard it was? Boing, it won't come out. Just the leaves come out. I couldn't get the root. I had to dig and dig to get the root out. It took half the Saturday to get it out. And so, yes, we're dealing with some of the bitter root that has developed, 15, 20 years ago. But I want to challenge you, Catalyst members, let's deal with it immediately. Don't let it grow. Amen? All right. We're going to get rid of, you all know this, but, to get rid of bitter root, forgiveness is essential. Say that to your neighbor. Let's deal with the bitter root. In our marriage and stuff, we're now, and in our relationship with one another, relationship with parent, deal with the bitter root. Some of us are not. In marriage, sometimes you don't. Instead, you just let it build. And it's not healthy. But forgiveness is essential. What forgiveness is not? I need to go through this. It is not saying the person did not transgress or hurt us when he or she in fact did. Right? Number 2, it's not relieving the other person of their responsibility, such as making excuse for their action. We tend to make excuses. Like my parent couldn't help it. They did their best they could. Or I would have done the same thing if I was in their shoes. Right? Number 3, it's not forgetting what the other person did. We can't forget, but the hurt can be removed from the memory. Like I'm looking back, last few years, and I had to kind of work through some of the bitter root judgment. Some close relationship in the past that got broken. God's been challenging me to work through it. But it's not like I forgot what they said. It's not that, I just all of a sudden forgot. You know what happens? As you get healed, that the hurt is removed out. I still remember, but I'm not hurt anymore. It is not, it's also not trusting the other person again when he or she is still unsafe. That's not what forgiveness is about. There are some people in my life, and I forgave them, but sometimes they'll call me back. And they hurt me in the past. And so I test them. Did they change? I do. I test them. Did they change? Right? If they didn't change, I'm not bitter at them, but I put a boundary. Right? I set a boundary. Right? Forgiving doesn't mean, okay, you hurt me 10 years ago, now you can hurt me again. That's not what it means. Right? Forgiveness means, the hurt is gone. Right? But it's not about trusting the other person again. Right? If that person is unsafe, you need to set boundaries. Right? It is not a feeling. Forgiveness is a decision. Right? And it's not saying or pretending we weren't hurt or that we weren't angry. Rather, we need to process our feeling and not suppress it. Forgiveness is deciding not to hold the other person in debt. Unforgiveness says, you unjustly hurt me, then you owe me a debt. and I will make you pay. Forgiveness says, even though you hurt me and owe me a debt, I am writing it off. You owe me nothing. It is not my place to make you pay. And I release you to the judgment of God. He is the just judge, and He will rightly decide the case. If there's any penalty, He will collect it. Amen? Okay, well, let's just go into ministry a little. And just piano, please, for now.